By many accounts, Coach, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A first down throw for Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Jayon Brown providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate him and really say thanks, because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down, Mariota. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
He's checking.
Mariota hands to Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The second down throw here for Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The sack by Jordan Willis.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Push him back. Push him back. 51's the Mike, 51's the Mike.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mariota gives to Henry, and he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Mike 54.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyus Bowser gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down. Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
What? 380. Check. Watch 54. You're trapped.
On second down, here's Petty. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
6-man.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Carson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Tight down. There you go.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down carry for Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. It's caught by Davis. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
54. Let's go, D. It's going to be
And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They are in the second quarter down in Miami. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. The throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3, forced out to his left. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Tackles.
Again, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Henry out of the pistol. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota, he finds Taylor, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. Mariota now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Throwing is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The sack cost them only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And an alley to run. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's Kelsey on the ground. A gain of 6 there on first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Here's Wilson operating from the gun. Steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Lynch picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack on first down, Mariota. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First and 10.
A first down throw for Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Mariota. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front to try and knock it away. And he just exhibited it on that play.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Carson. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Oh, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed. able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
First down, Seahawks.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will pin them back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Mariota on 1st down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota complete. It's Henry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Again, it's Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot. Helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
We got this.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
51, Mike 51. Wow,
Mariota to throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. From the red zone now, Mariota to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, that's one part of the equation, puts them back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts, but without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Check 55, Mike. No chance.
Throwing now is Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line well. Short of the 1st down marker.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Dorsett. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Seahawks, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.